got started late today. I'm going to give a quick overview here on our Metrolink concept here. We basically looked at Metrolink as it's a network now, but it's a network that's basically a series of hubs and spokes. Everything on Metrolink comes into downtown Los Angeles, and nothing has ever been connected together. It's always sort of evolved that way, and as a result of it evolving in that manner, it was originally thought as this downtown-centric system. Everybody always wanted to go downtown. We in Los Angeles always have known that people go from places like Buena Park to Cal State Northridge. You go from places like Sylmar to Cal State LA. You go all these different cross-jurisdictional boundaries. A lot of times the trains absolutely misconnect. And so what we did was we saw this whole Metrolink system, and all of a sudden there's this crisis. And we look at it as a crisis is a hard thing to waste, because a lot of times when there's a crisis and people are doing cost cutting, they start looking at how can you fix things. And we took a look, for example, at you run trains from the Antelope Valley to Los Angeles, and there's five sets of trains that come to Los Angeles, and 2 of them stay out all day, and 3 of them go to sleep until the rush hour back home again. And you have 5 trains that get you back home in the afternoon, in the evening. And we took a look at the fact that there's 5 trains there, and then we took a look at the San Bernardino line, and we found the same thing. There was on the San Bernardino line, there's 8 trains in the morning, there's 8 trains back at night, and there's a couple trains that stay out all day. So as you look at your chart here, the page number 2, it says the simplified network. So the idea is that we said, what would happen if you tied together San Bernardino to Palmdale, Lancaster? What would happen if you tied together Moore Park, Montalvo to Orange County? If you did that, you'd all of a sudden rethink the system, because then you could be living in Claremont, and you could go to your job in downtown Burbank. You could go to the studios, whatever type of job you happen to have. It all of a sudden makes regional sense. A year and a half ago at the elections, I ran into a whole bunch of people that I carpooled with in Burbank. Where do you come from? Well, I come from Upland. Well, why don't you take Metrolink? It comes right here, a block away from your job. Well, we always misconnect downtown. We never know if we're going to catch the train. And so that's why people don't really think of Metrolink in terms of using it through the region. They just think of it in terms of the existing spokes. And then we took a look, and we found, as we started doing this idea, we also wondered why there wasn't a lot of service between San Bernardino and Riverside. And that's because there were some deals back in the early 90s where it turns out that County of Riverside has to pay a huge amount of money if the Fulton Crossing ever gets fixed. So interestingly enough, the government agency opposes the Fulton Crossing getting fixed.